Hello from the Netherlands! I know it's been a long time since I have made a video, but I thought I would start a series of videos where I talk about life here, sort of, but also give you instructions and ideas for if you ever decide to become an au pair or move here. So I'm going to cover quite a few topics and try to do videos that will introduce you to life in the Netherlands that'll be both fun to watch just for the sake of learning about the Netherlands, but also if you do decide to move here and become an au pair, then you'll have a leg up on how to get started and everything. So I'm going a little bit out of order. Obviously, maybe the first thing to cover would be arriving in the Netherlands and what you do on your first week, things to get used to, all of that kind of stuff. But I'm skipping over that and doing the OV Chip Card first. So this video is all about traveling in the Netherlands and how to be prepared for that. So the Netherlands is an excellent place to do some traveling around the country and around Europe as well, but I'm just going to talk about within the country and within the town that you're staying in. So the first thing that you are going to want to know about is the OV Chip Card. What is the OV Chip Card, you say? The OV Chip Card is your ticket to ride everywhere in the Netherlands. So it looks like this. And then on the back, you have kind of your identifying information. This is only if you order one specifically for yourself, which you're probably going to want to do. I'll talk about that in a second. But there's another kind that is blue and it doesn't have your picture on the back. But we'll get to that in a minute. So it's basically just a card, size of a credit card. It's plasticky. It allows you to travel on any bus, tram, or train anywhere in the Netherlands. So why do I need one? Well, you could buy tickets to your forms of public transportation at the station, or in some cases on that form of public transportation, like when you get on the bus, you buy the ticket from the driver right there at the front. But that's very time consuming. It also allows you to not be carrying around as much cash, because on the Euro system you don't have like $1 bills, you have €1 coins and €2 coins, so when you have small change you end up carrying around a lot of heavy metal coins, and so I find it easier, not to have a whole bunch of €2 coins that I'm going to use for the bus, but to have this one lightweight card. It doesn't sound like it would make that much of a difference, but it really does. So trust me, you definitely need this, because it will help you with all of your daily transportation on the bus or on the tram, and then also if you ever want to travel between cities on the Sprinter or on the faster trains, those kind of things, you definitely need one of these. How do I get an OV Chip Card? Well, it's very simple. You go to their website, you decide all the options that you want, and you order it, and then it comes in the mail. So the blue ones, which my host family has a couple of those for guests, and that's what I used my first week and before this one arrived. The blue ones don't have a name on them, and so they can be used for guests or that sort of thing. However, if you order one that's in your name, it comes and it's yellow, as you can see. You have to have a picture ready to submit on the website that goes right on your card, and you order it on the website. So I think that just to order one is around €15 for the card itself, and then we'll talk about loading it later. But for the card itself, I think it's like around €15. But if you get the discount that I'm going to also tell you about in a minute, the cost of the card is free. So you're probably going to want to choose that option if you're going to be here for a while. You'll want the discounted fare card, and when you do that and purchase the full year subscription to the discount, the cost of the card is covered in that. So once your card arrives in the mail, it will not have any fare money on it. So you have to go to somewhere with a machine and load it. You do have the option to load the card with money online, but if you do that, you have to go to one of the machines in person and kind of pick it up or check in so that those funds that you put online are now on your card. So it really just doesn't make a lot of sense to do it online. So you go to a machine. They have them all over the place. In every train station, every bus stop will usually have them, and then a lot of other places have them too, like the bookstore here in town has one, the grocery store has one, so they're everywhere. They're very easy to find. And most of the time they have English options as well. I think the one in our bookstore and the one in the grocery store do not have English, but it's pretty easy to follow along even if you don't know Dutch. But the ones at the train station and bus station always have the English option. And those allow you to check your balance as well. You can load the card or check your balance. Once you've got your card, load it up with some money for your fares. It's very easy to use. Basically, you just tap this against the sensor when you board and when you exit. Never, ever, ever forget you have to check in and you have to check out. And that's obviously how they deduct the right amount of money for how far you've gone, is you check in when you get on and you check out when you get off. Now, this is very important. On the buses, the check-in is on the bus, so you hit it as you go in. The trams in Amsterdam are like that too. You'll see the check-in thing in the tram. Now, with the trams that go between cities, like the one between IJsselstein and Utrecht, it's a stand on the platform, so the check-in is not in the tram. And it's the same with the sprinter trains between cities, like the one between Utrecht and Amsterdam or Den Haag or Nijmegen, all of those. So just try to keep your eye out. It's very easy to see. It's like a little pedestal. It'll have the Obi Chip Card logo on there, so you should be able to see it pretty easily. All you have to do is tap it against the sensor and it goes beep beep and it'll show you how much you have left on the card. And again, don't forget to sign in and sign out, because if you do sign in and you don't sign out, they can put a hefty fee on your card that you will have to pay next time you load it. Alright, so on to the discount I was talking about. If you're going to be here for a while, it makes a whole lot of sense to invest in some of the discounts that they offer. The one that I have is for the trains only. It costs 60 euros for a year subscription, but I get 40% off all of my fares on the trains that are not on peak hours. Peak hours being any time when people are commuting to and from work, so 7 to 9 in the morning and 4 to 6 in the evening, I think. Something like that. But all of the during the day travel, all of the night travel, and all of the weekend travel are allowed to be within this 40% off discount. And for me, that only applies for the train. That 60 euros covers that 40% off for the trains only. Now, you can buy the same kind of discount for the trams and for the buses. You have to buy them all separately. And the reason I didn't buy the one for the bus is because the one bus that I take frequently, regularly, is the one bus that's exempted from this discount. So it kind of stinks for me that the one bus that I have to take is one that I can't use the discount for, so I didn't buy the bus discount. But make sure you double check with anything. If you're going to buy a discount for the train or the tram or the bus, that the line that you take is not going to be one of those ones that's not on the list. Also, I think there's an option, there's a discount that you pay maybe like $300 for the year, and that allows you to have 40% off fare at peak times and then free travel at non-peak times. So that seemed just way too expensive for me, and I wasn't going to be traveling all that often. But if you're going to be traveling a lot, if you were a commuter or living here, I imagine that that would be something very, very smart to do. And then finally, the other option that you have when you buy your card is to add on a bike allowance. So if you're going to be doing a lot of traveling to other cities by the Sprinter train, you can take your bike with you. So you bike to the train station, and then take your bike with you on the train, ride the train, and then when you get to the new town, you and your bike get off the train and you have your bike with you. You can get around the city much, much easier. I think it's only like 10 euros a year to have this this bike allowance, and you still can't use it on peak hours because obviously that's when the trains are the most busy. But other than peak hours, you are able to take your bike with you on the train. Now, it's important to note you are never allowed to take your bike on the bus or on the trams because there's just not enough room. But if you have this 10 euro a year allowance, then you are allowed to take your bike on the train. So that is OV Chip Card 101. Let me know in the comments section if you have any questions about the OV Chip Card or about anything else. As always, I'm open to ideas, so like, comment, subscribe, rate, blah, 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 blah. And do let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. I'm very, very happy to hear them. Doei!